What time is it?
The time is 4:44 p.m.
Did you guys hear that? 4:44 p.m. Right as I started this video, I debated. I was about to take a break for the day and go help my mom. She actually needs to shower, and so I'm gonna have to help her because she just had an operation on her knee. But guys, this is too intense. This is for Capricorn or Capricorn cross watcher. I had to get on here and do this real quick. For whoever this is for, I didn't start the timer. This is a really good message. Now, I think it's going to kind of be rather shocking to you. You aren't really expecting this at all because you've kind of put it out of your mind. Now, it's something that may have one time bothered you. It may have one time really got to you. A situation regarding a particular individual, maybe regarding a partner, somebody you're with right now, maybe regarding someone that you had hoped to be with, you had hoped something went somewhere, you kind of felt something very strongly, but I mean, what'd they do, you know? Well, they let you walk out of their life, and so you said, all right. So you began to focus on you. You focused on whatever it is that's the most important to you, whether it's children, family, your career, your spirituality, or all the above. I'm hearing the whole 9 yards. You did the right thing in doing that. I mean, if you would have just sat there and waited and waited and waited and kept like pointing your energy at this person, you wouldn't have gotten where you are right now and it made as much progress as you have. Or if it's a current person that you're with, if you would have allowed however someone has been with you, your partner has been with you, to continue to eat you alive like it was, or to get to you something that you couldn't get across to them, it would have driven you crazy, right? So you've been doing you, and meanwhile, you'd be shocked how the person on your mind right now while you're watching this, whether it's currently a partner or someone that lets you walk out of their life, you would be surprised at how and what they're willing to do for you. I think you're going to be shocked. A lot of you, I don't think it's someone you're with, but if you are with someone, your partner will change something major for you. I truly believe it. Because I was sitting here and I started thinking about all the things, like when somebody that you really love needs you, you'll adjust, and almost like you're willing to adjust and transform all the things in your life, or whatever you have to do to make it work for this person, to help them, to be of service, to let them know that you have their back, or that you're there for them, and that they mean something to you. This is what someone's about to do for you. I know that the sound is off in here, guys. It's very echoey, and the air just cut on. Yeah, so prepare for either a person you're with to step it up, to do something that you've been wanting them to do, or to just, what's the word I'm looking for? Consider something that you were just wanting them to consider, or try harder, you know, prepare for them to try harder. If it's somebody who let you walk out of their life and they didn't really, it was like you didn't even mean anything to them, oh honey, get ready, because you did. You do. You mean a lot more to somebody than you knew, but you're about to know, because of what they're willing to do and the adjustments and changes they're willing to make. Not just willing, but they're going to do it. Now, I don't know if you're the only reason that someone is doing this. Maybe they just feel like, I don't know, it's almost like you were right. Like you're right. It's not even like you're trying to be right about something, but you were right about something. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's just what's happening in the planets. I don't know if it's just maybe, look at all those birds. Oh my God. They just came out of nowhere too. Someone's going to want to get closer to you. Whatever they're going to do, they're hoping that it helps them get closer to you. It may even have to do with money for some of you, especially if this person makes more than you or is more financially set than you. They may actually try to invest in something for you, something you always wanted. Wow. Or they're going to do something that you wanted them to do. let's say this is somebody who was in a marriage and y'all had a little thing going on. They may actually go through with a divorce. If this is somebody who is in a relationship, you may have been like, well, I would have liked my person to step up and, you know, get me something nice for our anniversary for once. Or, you know, I know that they're not really interested in spirituality, or I know they're not interested in this and that, but I would like them to give it a shot, or I would like them to at least somewhat try to see my side of things, or, you know what I mean? I would like this. Well, it's like they're going to do that. They're going to put in more of an effort or try harder, you know? If it's like a work situation, it could be where maybe you've put it out there that you wanted to be at a certain location, is how I'm hearing it, or you wanted to have a certain pay, or you wanted a certain schedule. You're going to get that. Like, you are about to receive that which you have wanted, that which you have been patiently, or you did at one time, you were patient about, but you started to kind of pull away, you all out pulled away, or you allowed someone else to pull away and you didn't try to stop them. Whatever you did, it worked. Whatever you're doing now, it's working. Keep doing it, because it's making someone realize, like, I'm not saying you're doing something to get someone to realize, to like wake up, but it is like, it's like a side effect of your focus turning away, of your acting like you don't, like, maybe somebody thinks you're going to quit the job. This is just an example. It doesn't have to be the exact situation. I like saying that because some people will be like, well, no, that's not, and I'm like, well, it doesn't have to be. It's just the idea of it. Let's say you work at a specific job and you're clearly the best one they have there, but you need a little more pay. Make it worth me staying here and having to deal with all this nonsense, okay? So you tell them, you bring it to the bosses, and you're like, hey, I would like a raise, or I would like a certain position, I would like this certain schedule, but because they, I don't know, maybe they haven't taken you seriously, or maybe they just didn't care, I don't know, it wasn't a priority to them, or they didn't want to be bothered with it, or whatever their reasoning was, honey. Eventually they get to a place where you start acting different when you come in, you know, something that you change, or you start, they notice this, they pick up on it, and then they start wanting to change it, and they deliberate amongst themselves, and they're like, oh, maybe we should go ahead and do this because we don't want to lose Capricorn or Cross-Watcher. You see what I'm saying? Like, maybe we do need to kind of tighten it up, or maybe we do need to give in to them because we really would be screwed if we didn't have them. It's something like that. Maybe it's a partner who realizes that I need to step it up, I need to come through, I need to show more interest in the things you like because you show interest in the things I like, or you help me with the things I like, even though I know you don't have any interest in them, but I'm not willing to do the same things with you. They're going to bend. They're going to be more flexible because they realize that it's not fair that you're doing that with them, but they haven't done that with you. If it's a romantic interest that for whatever reason allowed you to walk out of their life or something, this person is, whatever's changed in their situation, something's changed since y'all have lost contact or haven't spoken, they are going to come to you and be that for you which they should have been before, or, you know, could have been, but they just chose not to. They're going to be that now. They're going to step up now and take an opportunity, and they're going to hope that the opportunity is even available still. They're like, hey, are you even still interested in me? Like, someone could be wondering that. Or are you still interested in the position, or are you still interested in me? You know, maybe someone apologizes to you even and says, I'm sorry, but maybe they apologize in a roundabout way before verbally doing it, maybe by donating something to you, or giving you something, giving you more of their time, giving you more intimate conversations and not just shutting you off, giving you money, actually investing in you, investing in something you want, you need, investing in your future, in your goals, in your company, in your plans, in your vision, helping you pay your bills so that you could focus more here instead of always having to stress about this, you know? Maybe someone's going to, whatever it is, it's going to be extremely beneficial for you, but it's not something even that you've been waiting for at this point, because you had almost just given up on it. Because you're like, I'm not holding my breath. I'm just not holding my breath because it's not going to get me anywhere. And I'm telling you, it bothered you. Whoever this is, it bothered you at first and really hurt you almost. I think it hurt you that they weren't taking you seriously, or that they weren't, you know, as involved or invested as you were in the situation. If this is an ex, prepare for someone who you may not even want to hear from to return, or at least do something that's kind of out of the norm. And the reason is because Lightbulb Moment. They've realized what they should have been the whole time or could have been towards you, and they weren't. And so now they want to like apply themselves in a manner to be that for you now. And you may be like, well, that's great, but well, looks like what's that say? Looks like I damn near don't need it. You get to a place where you're like, oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Traveling down that I don't know the lyrics. Da, 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 da. It's like you may feel like it's like the boy who cried wolf. You know, you get to a certain place where you're like, oh, I've heard that all before. You've said it a million times you were gonna do that and you haven't, you know? Like somebody saying they're constantly going to read that book you told them to read or watch that show you asked them to watch. You just asked them to watch the show. Maybe not even the whole show, the whole season, just an episode. And they haven't done it. And you're like, you know what, that's fine. That's fine. And they're like, no, I will, I promise. So then they finally do it. And the only way they tell you they do it is by being like, hey, you know, I watched that show you told me, and you're like, yeah, right. And they're like, no, you remember when Jessica was fighting with Rebecca, and then Rebecca stole Jessica's man, and then you're like, oh, well, you did watch it. And it's like, yeah, because now they're finally trying to invest in things that you like instead of you just investing in them. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be just that, but you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you did. Or, you know, maybe it's even kids towards their parents, like grown children. And their parents always tried to instill the fear of the Lord in them or something. And then they come around and they're like, you know what, I've been reading that book in the Bible. And they're like, okay, all right, the boy who cried wolf. And they're like, no, really, I have. And it's like, did you now? And they're like, yeah. In John 3:16, it said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And it's like, well, by George, you did read it. And it's like that, okay? Somebody investing in something. And they're sorry and they love you. Or they're sorry or they care about you and they want you to know they appreciate you. If it's not a romantic thing, right? It's family, work. I care about you and I appreciate you. And here's our token of appreciation by showing you that we care. You know what I mean? Maybe it's somebody who's like, I told you I needed a new uniform. I told you I'm going to need new uniforms. You want me to come in looking a certain way, but y'all aren't providing me these uniforms. I got holes in my shirt and stuff, and it's like, I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. And then you go in the next day and you got not one uniform, not two, not three, but 5 of them bitches. 5. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. I think we got what we needed. I got to go help them, but I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.